Hey guys, I'm excited because I've got some stuff that I want to share, and I'm feeling like now's the time to make some videos and get my information out there. So I have 3 things I want to talk about. I'm going to do my best to just make 3 little videos about each one. So the first topic that I want to start with is something that first I want to say I'm finding it interesting that I'll be having a conversation with somebody, and then it's almost I say something to them and it's something I've never said before. It's like I've never thought of it before. It just comes to me and I just say it to them, or I just text it to them, or whatever. And it's like these new ideas are starting to flow. Let me try and fix the camera and keep it stable. Thank you for your patience while I try and sit this here. I also have this really sparkly shirt. I don't know if you can tell, but it's little gold speckles, and it's so shiny. Like, it just makes me so happy because it's like, I'm kind of like a fairy sometimes, and I love the little golden sparkle. Anyway, so I love gold everything. I've got this gold little pouch. Anyway, and I have my drink today has gold polka dots. Anyway, so gold is just my favorite thing. So anyway, what was I saying? So normally, I'm like coming up with the ideas and they just come to me, but now I'll have a conversation with someone and it's like it's not even like something they've said to inspire me exactly. It's just more the new idea comes to my mind and I just say it, or I just text it, right? And so I think that's part of who I am as like a messenger, and I'm really starting to come into like what it means to be a messenger. And what part of what it means to be a messenger is to allow the information to flow. Okay, so which is what last night I was talking to somebody about astrology, okay? And it's rare that I come across someone who even knows what I'm talking about, but it's nice when that happens. As many people as I've discovered who love astrology, most of the people I meet don't even know what I'm talking about. So I love to share it. So anyway, this person's just like, what is the point of this? And it just came to me like, oh, you know what? Astrology is showing you, it's kind of like it's reminding you, okay, this is just one aspect, okay, just one. So it's showing you, it's like reminding you who you are, and in order to have a successful, fulfilling life, you need to be and do what you are. And so like some people say that like hard work is the way to success, and they have their strategy. And other people say, just like going with the flow is the way to get into where you're supposed to go. And that's because there's 2 separate personalities happening here. And the personality of what you are naturally, what you naturally do is like what's going to bring you success. It's what you naturally do is going to get you down the road in life. And so a lot of times, maybe we forget like who we are, or someone else is telling us who we are, or like the way we were raised, or what we learned, or what someone else says is like, we think, okay, that's how we're supposed to do it. And it turns out that like that way is what works for them. You know how it's like, oh, this works for you, this works for me. And I've been big on just like, most of the time, like other people's ways don't really work for me, but I attempt them. I try them. It just doesn't work. So I'm coming to understand the reason is because like who I am as it relates to astrology, the energy that makes up my personality, the energy that flows in my life story. It's like my natural way of being. When I can actually get to that instead of what I think I'm supposed to be doing or being, how I'm supposed to, what I think the how, right? People are like, this is how you do it. This is how you go about doing it. But does that feel right to you? If it feels right to you, then it probably is part of who you are, and that's what you need to do. And so like a lot of what I've been working through the past couple years is just like relaxing in, I am trying to hold the camera straight, I promise. I just had to say this now. Anyway, relaxing me. So I've been relaxing all of this tension, and so then I can ease into what I am naturally. And I am naturally a mutable sign. I go with the flow. I'm water and I'm fire. So I like half of my astrology chart is water, half of it is fire, and those elements move through life in a certain way, and they have a certain quality to them, okay? And it's different from earth and air. So those elements, like each element is going to have its own way of moving through the world, okay? And I just think I want to try to be more accepting of like, well, some other element may move through the world differently than me. That doesn't mean they have to do it the way I'm doing it. That doesn't mean either of us are wrong. It just means we are being true to ourselves. So it's like, stay true to who you are. What does that mean? I feel like there's a lot of these little phrases, and they're like cliches, but and you have no idea what it really means. It's like, yeah, that sounds right. Stay true to who you are. Okay, but what does that mean? Well, for me, it means, being what I am, looking at my astrology chart, saying, okay, this is a part of my personality and I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to be that. And that is what's going to bring about a beautiful life for myself. Yes. And so I encourage you to go, learn about yourself in order to be like, hey, yeah, that is who I am. And part of who I am is someone who loves to learn about themselves. And so maybe not everyone wants to learn about themselves. That's another thing that I'm trying to realize. Like Aries is, like one of my aspects is Aries. And so they love to learn about themselves. And it's just kind of like one of those things. As an example of like a piece of the whole. So like a piece of the pie, so we're all kind of, we're all taking part, we're all participating, just because one piece of the pie does these things and another does another thing. It's like, okay, I was trying to think of like, what's the opposite? So like there's opposites that go on in astrology, and I've had a hard time like being around someone who's opposite from me, because I'm like, that's just too far away that I can't relate, and it almost like messes up my flow somehow. I think I want to stop letting other people's differences mess up my flow, because the reason that happens is because I'm so excited that I figured this out, what I just told you. And that's also the reason I've had trouble, is because I look at other people and I think I need to emulate the qualities that I appreciate in them. But like, I appreciate those qualities, but I'm not those qualities. I'm something different. And so I really, like the past few months in particular, just like the past couple weeks, it's been a theme for me. Like it's time to come back to who and what I am and be it. So it's like I've been out here trying to get like what are other people doing, and I've kind of pulled away from people, because I've been so wrapped up for a long time in like, what is everyone doing and how is everyone else doing it? Maybe I should do those people. So I've had to pull away from everyone in order to be like, okay, what's going on anymore? And then the next phase, right? Because it's like my energy's out there with another person, and now my energy's coming back in, and the next phase is just pulling all my energy back into my being, and then just fully embracing, like, I am me, and who I am. One, I'm not bothering anybody, right? So that leads into the next topic. So I'm going to make another video for that. But yeah, that's the phase I'm in. And I think just like appreciating astrology for it telling us, that who and what we are and what we naturally want to do is the way. That's the way. Is what do you naturally feel like you do, and how do you be and act and whatever. Like that is your pathway, or it's like that's how you're gonna walk down the path. And it's almost like the path that is your path. This is important because it just came to me. The path that is your path can only be walked down in the exact way that you are able to walk. Your unique style of walking or moving down a path is the only way that you can walk down the path that is unique to you. It's like you literally can't even go down your path unless you're being who you are. And for those of us who need reminders of what that is, astrology is one way to help remind you. So that is all for now, and I will be back.